With the changes in technology, the availability of people and temptation is just easily accessible through our fingertips, through the apps on our phones, on Facebook, on Instagram, and it just made topics such as hookup culture and like the friend zone much more relevant today than it ever was before.
For the streeter segments, when I would approach somebody on the street, right away they would want to brush me off because they thought I was going to try to sell them something. And then as soon as I was able to get out the first few lines of what we're sort of trying to explore here, immediately something clicked for them and they got really excited. It was really nice for us. They became very comfortable and sort of open to sharing their own stories and their own personal experiences with us.
Kind of interesting to see how everyone has their own little unique take on it, but at the same time we all kind of share those same little pet peeves or awkward moments, but we don't quite pick up on it because it's everything we do now with our phones and our laptops and social media is like it's second nature to us, so we don't pick up on it. So when we interview people, we ask them like certain questions like, does this bother you? And they go, oh yeah, it does.
Through use of Facebook and stuff like that, which is in itself now like, you know, the unofficial online dating source, you can meet somebody and then meet somebody else and you know, you never know where it's gonna take you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like social media just changed the rules altogether and there's just no boundaries, there's no limits, there's no structure to dating anymore.
So I think, you know, texting and messaging has become such an integral part of the way that we communicate. I've personally texted people where maybe you're not as compatible through texting and that can kind of hurt a relationship. And then there are guys, you know, where have been really great texters and really great communicators, and those are the people that just really help to strengthen your relationship with them.
A lot of like new technologies like text or social media, they actually strengthen the relationship between people. Cause I have a girlfriend in Korea, and then the only way we can communicate and see each other is like through like Skype or Facebook. So I can't go to Korea like every time. So I just text her every day, and then we just talk on Facebook a lot. So I think that's the reason why we keep our relationship for a long time.
Also with technology, there's temptation is everywhere with Instagram, with Facebook, with Twitter, and the pool of people available, you know, for hookup culture is just there instead of going to a bar and meeting someone. You know, everything is changing.
So my experience with social media is a little funny because my present relationship actually started off through Facebook, and it was actually weird and indirect in that I met my current girlfriend through another girl who I was dating first that I met through Facebook. And one way or another down the chain of meeting people online and using social media, I ended up finding the current love of my life.
So one of my own personal stories is that I had someone tell me that they loved me for the first time through a text message. And you know, back in the day, probably a big no-no. But like today, now we're always communicating through texting. Like it's probably how I talk to most of the people, unless I'm with them in person. Interesting to see where technology is taking us and taking relationships and the whole dating life too.